Let's make simple AF banana bread. Start by pulling those bananas out of the freezer you've been saying you were going to use for months. Once thawed, let your little helper mash them up to your desired thickness. We don't like big chunks, so we do a lot of mashing. Next, pour in 1/3 cup of melted butter, half a teaspoon of baking soda, a pinch of salt, 3/4 cups of sugar. Make sure the sugar tastes just right before continuing, and then give it a mix. Next, we're adding 1 large whisked egg, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and half a cup of all-purpose flour. Give that another good mix and be sure to lick any batter you've spilled off the counter. Once thoroughly mixed, pour it in a buttered bread pan. You're going to pop it in the oven at 350 degrees. After 45 minutes, we give it a check to see if it's ready or not, and we see that it's not based on the toothpick check. So we toss it back in for another 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, it comes out perfect. At this point, you're just going to allow it to cool on a wired rack if you can stand the wait. We usually only make it 5 minutes. Okay, sweetie, you ready for some sleep? I'm not tired yet. You ready for some sleep now? Nope. Oh, okay, we can play a little bit more.
I think I'm tired now.
Okay, let's go change your diaper. Ah! What was that for? Too late, I'm overtired. It's been 30 seconds. Mr. Window. What are you doing over there? Pooping. Yeah. This is my preferred poop time. There are 24 hours in a day. You can pick any other time to have it coded poops. No. Thanks for waking me up. What are you talking about? You're yelling over here. You like that shirt I got you? Yeah, sure would be a shame if... Don't. If you're a mom who feels overwhelmed, whether it be from your house just being a mess or from naps that you're constantly fighting, here's what I've started doing to trick my brain. The first thing I use, let's say when it comes to a messy house, like today for instance, I could not get the dishes clean. Every time I tried to step into the kitchen to clean up, it was like something happened with one of my kids, they needed me, and I was like, man, it is noon and this kitchen is a complete disaster. And I started to feel the overwhelming feeling just building up inside of me because I like things to be tidy around my house. So I said to myself, you know what, this will not matter by the end of the day because at some point, it may be 9 o'clock tonight, but at some point, this will get cleaned. So do not stress yourself out about it. The second thing I've started doing is just looking far into the future. So whether I'm dealing with tantrums or I'm fighting naps that baby just doesn't want to take for whatever reason, I think to myself, you know what, this is not going to matter next year. This is not going to matter next month. Even certain things you can think about closer into the future. Other things like, 10 years from now, I'm not going to worry about any of this because I'm not going to have to do it. It's just a great way to trick my brain into coming back to reality and being like, you are not being chased by a lion. It is not that serious. No. Why? So we can go to the store. Why? So we can get groceries. Why? Okay, look, can you just get your clothes on, please? Oh, wait, I want to get my monster trucks to watch me. Can we get your pants on? No, I show them how fast I can run. That was super fast. Can we put your pants on now? I have to pee. Alright, we got some snacks. You want to put a toy in here to bring with us? Yep. Buddy, we don't need to bring all that.
Your eyes are poison. Your kisses are lie, but it's the truth I don't wanna face. Caught in the rhythm of burning.
Black Velcro shoes on. Here's how you can get your toddlers to do anything you want. Another method. First is rebranding. For instance, my toddler does not like breakfast. He's not eating it. He just wants snacks. So we will turn breakfast into a snack. However, you have to be careful with this one because if you make something like eggs, he's like, no, that is cooking, that is breakfast. I don't want that. I want that. Overnight oats, however, make a perfect snack and they're delicious with all fresh ingredients. These are my favorite. I love them. So does he. Smoothies also work. They are a great snack. You can do this with names too. Like if they won't eat fish, you can call it like beach chicken or ocean chicken or whatever I've heard somebody use. That works too. And two, if you really want them to do something, you have to game. For us to each guess, like how if you really want them to go do something by themselves, how strong do you think you are? I bet you're not strong enough to go do this by yourself if you know they're capable of doing it. Are you listening? Are you taking notes? Give this a try. I hope it helps. There was a lot I was prepared for when I became a parent, such as food struggles, nap battles, all of that. But there was one thing I was not prepared for, and that is convincing my toddler to do something that is his idea. Let me explain. If you have a 3-year-old, you probably already know where I'm going with this. So let's say, for instance, my son says, I need to go to the bathroom. Well, along the way to the bathroom in our own house, he's going to collect at least 5 toys. He's going to look out the window and talk about the squirrel he sees. He's going to notice the letter B on a coffee cup in our house and have to talk about how he recognizes that's the letter B. He's going to start having a conversation about something we did yesterday. We're going to finally make it into the bathroom. He's going to walk up the stool to wash his hands because and this whole time I'm like, the bathroom, to remind him where we're going because it's taken us 7 minutes to get from the room we were in to the bathroom. And this goes for anything. If you're trying to leave the house because they want to park, it's going to take you forever. And then you throw a second kid in the mix and you're trying to navigate that schedule. You're like, all right, we need to get there before we need to change diaper again, before we need to feed. And it is just, my eye is literally twitching by the time we get in the car to go where we need to be. I was fully not prepared for that. Things I wish I knew as a first-time mom. First off, get out of the house. You don't have to go to the store, just take a walk. I used to look forward to my 30-minute walk in the evening every day because it got me out of the house, it cleared my mind, and it made me feel so much better. So pop your baby in the stroller and go for a walk. 2, if your baby is constantly blowing poop out of their diapers, it could be for one of 2 reasons. First is that the sizing just isn't right. The diaper's either too big or too small. Typically, it's because the diaper is too small. The second reason could just be the brand is not the right fit for your baby. We had one brand we were using, and my daughter just kept blowing out of it. So we switched to Pampers, and it has been so much better. And the last thing that I want you to remember is when it comes to naps, when your baby's 3 or 4 months old, notice that they are only taking long naps when you hold them and you can't lay them down because it's like a 10 to 40 minute nap and you're like, what's going on? That's completely normal. Their naps don't start to lengthen when you lay them down until they're older, like 6 or 7 months. And we're doing nothing wrong. And if they seem completely happy after their 10-minute nap, just don't spend the next hour and a half trying to force a nap because it's just going to make you go crazy.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore.
Wrong. It's too cheesy. Your mac and cheese is too cheesy. Okay. Can I have a snack? Sure, buddy. What would you like? A pouch. You've had 2 pouches in the last hour. Can you pick something else? An applesauce. That's a pouch. No, it's applesauce. Okay, can you pick something that's not liquid fruit? How about hummus and crackers, a slice of cheese? No. How about peaches? Okay, just no more fruit at all. Chocolate chips. Okay, you win on technicality. Okay, can I have a turkey sandwich? Okay, would you like a turkey sandwich or just a mayonnaise and cheese sandwich? Because you always make the turkey off. Turkey sandwich. Okay, you say so. Okay, buddy, here's your turkey sandwich. I got a cheese stick. I know, it's my favorite. Here's some tips I would give you if you're going from 1 to 2 kids, specifically with a toddler and a baby. If both of your children are crying at the same time, make sure you help your toddler first sometimes if your baby is not in any sort of immediate danger or immediate need. It is not going to hurt your baby for them to cry for a few seconds or even a minute while you help your toddler. You want them to know that you will help them first sometimes too. Don't try to change your toddler's world, telling them to be quiet because baby's sleeping or change anything that they used to do when they were an only child. First of all, they're going to retaliate. They're going to be even louder, most likely. And second, it's what they've always done, so just let them keep doing it and hopefully your baby just learns to sleep through it. Try not to blame anything on the baby when your toddler needs you. So I try not to say, hey, hold on, I can't right now because baby's feeding, or I can't right now because baby needs this. I try and find any other reason I can, or just rephrase it like, yes, I can absolutely play with you as soon as I'm done feeding you. And along with that, let them hear you tell the baby they have, even if the baby's totally content, just like sitting in the bouncer, not upset, just randomly say said to the baby,
you call
hey, you're gonna have to wait
love,
here
but
for a few minutes
confess.
while I go help brother. That way they know that you're also
You've
telling
been a
baby that
mess
they have to wait
where
sometimes.
you shouldn't
And please
have been
remember
a
that you're just gonna
messin'.
feel overwhelmed at first. You now have 2 kids, so logistically it's kind of crazy. So don't think that people with 2 kids suddenly have it all together, because it takes a while to get the hang of it.
My blueberry's gone.
What's up, buddy? Don't sing. You're not even in the same room as me. Bud, what do you want for breakfast? Pancakes or eggs?